Hi everybody, this is Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in to another journal with me. I am jumping into May. I love to create title pages for each month, and that lets me bring out some of the scrapbooking items that I have, such as this stamp set from Lawn Fun. I don't normally make cards. I always thought I'd make them for like an art journal, but this is pretty much my art journaling slash day journaling, what have you. So I pulled out a die that has like the amusement park theme, and then I pulled out this roller coaster, and my main inspiration was these little clouds right here that I'm going to show you. It was after the storm that blew over the last week of April into May. All these clouds were out, and I really wanted to have that type of background for this spread. So I'm going to pull out Salty Ocean from the Tim Holtz inks, Distress inks, and I'm going to be making my clouds here. Now, I know there are stencils out there that, can make some clouds, but I just used a punch that had the cloud shape and kind of just made my own version. So I love the way it came out, though. I feel like it definitely represents the day that I saw all those clouds after the storm. And here it is, all finished. I love my cloudy sky. And sometimes that's kind of how I feel when riding a roller coaster. You're on top of the world. You go pretty high. So here I am bringing in my roller coaster. Again, it's all colored in, and I just love the way that looks so much. I wish I had more stamps with the Ferris wheel and everything else, so I could have made it look better into view. But now they're going to do the backdrop, and the main focal pieces this time around are going to be my roller coasters. Alright, so I am bringing in my grass. It is my favorite green that I like to use most often. It's mowed lawn, and I'm just here adding them in. Those little brushes I actually found at the dollar store, so I'm just going to throw it out there since I do know some companies, scrapbooking companies, offer them, as well as on Amazon. But I did get lucky to find them at the dollar store, so if you happen to stop by them, dollar stores, and you like those brushes, they're in the makeup section, and for a buck. For that little food market there, I colored it in blue with tumbled glass at the bottom, and the top portion I used the Kitchen Flamingo color in the pink since the spun sugar was just too light. I'm going to be placing some cotton candy that was also in that stamp set from Milan Fun, and that's going to complete it. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to the amusement parks, I generally like to do a turkey leg and funnel cakes and everything else, but cotton candy is just as good. Alright, I'm just trying to see where I want everything, just to make sure I like where it's going to be. I'm also going to be stamping out some sentiments from the stamp set. It is the Life is full of ups and downs, enjoy the ride. And that's just like a positive little mantra, I guess you can say, especially since going into May. I'm doing this after May. I got a fill of May before I even did this. It was a rough week, to say the least, and especially on my husband's part. He had car trouble, and a lot of things were just going wrong. I felt kind of like lethargic most of the week, being a total couch potato and not having the drive to do much of anything. So this is definitely uplifting for me. So every time I look into May, the first week may have been hard, but this just helps lighten up my mood so much. Apologies if you hear the background. It is a weekend, so my kiddos are home and playing with dad, so they're going to be kind of loud. It's just adding in that green to make sure that it pops ever so nicely. I kind of wish I remember to do, what do you call that, a mask for that little stand there, so that way I can get green behind it, but it still works out just fine. Here it is. I went ahead and also added a little calendar image there, so that way I know for what month, and I can just mark down anything special or just to have it there. Alright, I added in a stamp set that says May on the left side just to make sure that there's something kind of there in the sky. And you saw my cotton candies in my little food stand. I love how that came out so much. Right, I'm moving on. I did do some doodling beforehand, and I adhered them down. I went ahead and added an accent font there on the right side for Killer Bunnies for the next day. I added in my days of the week since I do tend to forget, so I just kind of put my bases down so that way it trims on time editing wise. So this day it was actually pouring rain. Poured most of the day, with small breaks. So I went ahead and grabbed out weathered wood, ink, and I did my little smushing technique here since I knew I wanted it to represent the day of the rain. I do love when it rains. I don't like to drive when it's raining, but I do love when it rains. It feels therapeutic and a cleansing of the earth. Sometimes we need to cleanse ourselves, and sometimes so does the earth. Alright, so I made myself a little doodle image. Does that look like a pizza? It kind of looked like a pie until I colored it in. So I pulled out dried marigold from the Distress Ink collection, and I'm coloring in my little pizza to talk about when we went to CiCi's. I love this freaking pizza. I go just for this pizza. It is the Buffalo Hot Wing Pizza, and it had like a nice little swirl of hot sauce and chicken pieces in it. It is so good. My entire most of my family, of course the baby and Mason don't like it, but Sean and my husband and I love it so much. This is not like an amazing drawing, but I felt so proud to have some kind of image reflecting our big highlight for this day, especially since when we went to CiCi's, we ordered 2 pizzas because we could knock them out like within our family, and you can no longer like request a pizza to your table, but you can request to have them make it, and then when it it's done, you gotta run and get some pizza as well. We missed the first pizza that we actually ordered. I told them if they can make it for us because everybody took it. Of course, it's a buffet, so we're looking at the at the buffet line and the tables, waiting for them to place the other pizza that we kind of we order, but we don't get to actually have, and we're just stalking it because we don't want to fill up on the other pizza. We came for that freaking pizza. So when we finally, see them coming, we all charge over and we all finish that pizza because we're all grabbing 2-3 slices. And I felt so bad because there was people behind us well, I guess we're not getting any. And I just felt bad because I'm just we had to order this. We ordered 2 of them, and, that still wasn't enough. It was just crazy. Yeah, so we were piranhas that day. We're totally piranhas trying to get that pizza. It's just crazy. So you can order it, but you just can't, actually get it delivered to your table and, share among your group like it used to. But it just made me laugh so much to how crazy we are for this pizza. Have you tried this pizza before? Let me know on the comments down below. It is the buffalo chicken hot wing pizza. It is so good. Anywho, so that little guy is all colored in, and I'm going to be placing a couple of other items on here. I got totally inspired with that little bit of watercoloring I was doing for that pizza. I decided to continue that by doing my strawberries for the day. So on this day, my husband showed up with some strawberries. I had not asked for strawberries, but we are always accepting these things because Henry eats so many of them, and I like to place them in my yogurt with a granola bar. I cut up the granola bar into pieces, and I have myself my own little parfait. But oh my god, these strawberries were so big and so juicy and so red. It was the perfect, the best batch so far up to date. They were so good. So I am just going to color up some strawberries here. Totally just freehanding this. I just got a wild hair here, guys. Totally inspired. And for the most part, I actually like the way they came out. So that's a bonus. Especially since I do not draw on a regular basis. I just feel so proud to actually have something on there. So this day I also bring in clipboards for the boys again, and I didn't like that black. I wish I had it gray. And then when I saw the second generation come out lighter, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna use that instead. And I love the way it toned down that harsh color of the black clipboard. But so bringing in the clipboard back, these clipboards were used to where they make sure they got everything done before they can ask for electronics. It got to the point to where they would ask me like 100 times, and then finally I'm just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired of you guys asking me because of course they could not remember their things to do, and that just goes to mean like fixing your bed, brushing your teeth, taking your vitamins, and then like tidying up your room and just things like that. They're everyday things to do and a chore or two. But, they would just have to ask every single day, guys. I don't really like the way I did that third strawberry, but I added a fourth one and I feel like it makes that cluster a little bit good. So I brought in the clipboards back so that way they check it off and they get to decide. If they don't get it done, well, then they don't come asking for their electronic time. And I also brought in some mom and dad books so that way, getting a mom and dad book, you have to you don't talk back, you don't complain, you get things done, and like basically for good behavior and things like that. So that way they can earn more. They can spend those bucks on extra tablet time or getting a day off of additional chores, just things like that. So they like that as much as I did. I had these Ellie Studio hearts on my desk and I thought, hey, let's fill up that clipboard with the heart because we're all happy now. And I really liked the way my little strawberries came out. I feel like I should have done some shadowing or something behind it, but other than that, I like the way it came out. Let me know in the comments down below if this is okay. It is slower paced. I don't have to rush to speak to and basically my mindset on everything. It is gonna just be this double page spread, but I plan to upload another session on Wednesday of the rest of the days that I have in mind to share. Hopefully it's a lot more. I just couldn't do a bigger session this time around. Moving on to the right side of the spread, I'm going to be mainly just talking about our game session of Killer Bunnies and adding in the red booster deck cards. I did the mistake of throwing down the mystery urn card, and I thought it was a good thing since it makes everybody roll, and if they roll a lower roll than the previous player, then they have to place in a carrot or a bunny. But I didn't realize that it keeps going until I roll a 12. And if I don't roll a 12, the person who had the card, it keeps going around and around. So people had to keep putting their cart carrots and bunnies until they run out, and then they run out before they did the right row, the number 12, then they lost all their carrots and bunnies. So it quickly got real, guys. Oh my god. It was bad. I was a bad person this time around. I didn't know it kept going, and I didn't think I was gonna be that bad with my rolling skills. I never rolled a 12 to like 6 rounds in. It was horrible, but it was so funny. That says the bravest thing you can be is yourself, guys. I felt super scared and I didn't feel too brave being myself at that moment. I had so many evil stares from my family that day. And this is how it looked. I just kind of did my own little interpretation. I just felt creative today to color. We also had subs on the first, so I wanted to draw that little doodle. Here it is, all completed. Thanks for watching.